Once again, we were right, boys. Pat yourselves on the back if you were here when we watched the first trailer for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle of DEI Goodness, because we knew that it's gonna be an absolute quote garbage mess. Hey, what do you expect when the game developers literally come on camera and say, we're making this game for modern audiences, and they have literally 20 different rainbow pins on their shirt, and they're fat, and they look like a weak male. Yeah, you don't expect a lot.
In a shocking series of events to absolutely no one's surprise, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is already in serious trouble. This is the same title coming from Bethesda that introduced everyone to the modern audience terminology.
That's our guy right there. That's our guy right there. Look at him. Does this not just exude soy lattes? It does. A little bit more and he could be a soy latte machine or a soy field. It is a sight to behold. Bethesda is dead, and you should not feel bad about it.
And you gotta wonder, from all the way back then, giving us the red flag that this isn't being made for actual gamers, who is actually gonna be buying it? What's going on, guys?
No one. No one, JD. No one. You know why? Because because it's lying marketing. They tried so hard initially to show this game off as a faithful readaptation of the movies. You had all of your scenes, you had of all of the dun 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 dun. No, that's actually more close to the 18 than Indiana Jones, but you know the soundtrack that I'm talking about. And they did their best, their goddamn best, to hide the fact that this is gonna be a pure Vogue mess.
Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. And Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a game that initially, at least before the whole modern audience thing took off, is a game that I was looking forward to. Something that, oh, okay, this is different, it's unique, it's a first-person style version.
Sad. Okay, listen. When I watch these trailers for games, I pay attention, okay? Because I have learned that if you pay attention to the trailer, if you're not instantaneously like, wow, woo, amazing, then these trailers give away all the information that you want to be given away. I predicted that this game is most likely going to have a female protagonist also, because Indy's a poor old decrepit man, and now he needs to be replaced with a strong, independent Bobby Villard-Bridge type of woman. That's probably also happening. And also, the animations, the everything was so bad for this. Attacks just teleport and things. It had Bethesda quality written all over it, okay?
Of Indiana Jones. All right, I can ride with this. What happens with it? Well, ever since then, we've seen new trailers drop and more information come out.
The haircut. It's like my haircut, and that's a red flag.
That makes me think anything but positive about the potential of this.
Speaking about haircuts, has anyone seen his hair actually change? Do you think he like trims it every day or something? Because it just stays like that. It's just stuck in time.
Positive about the potential of this release. From the lack of...
Oh! That's the marketing department, if I had to guess. God forbid there's ever a marketing department not filled with these types of bimbos, which I'm extremely grateful for because I play volleyball. But, yeah, obviously, not exactly a great thing for a company or a business. I mean, it's definitely great for the head of marketing because he's probably banging this. Speaking from literal personal experience, every time I have seen a marketing department headed by a guy who's not in his 70s, he's probably banging these girls, okay? It happens without fail. Just a little bit from real life experience.
Information that we're getting, embargoed reviews up to the launch day, and deliberate silencing of negative feedback on the public-facing YouTube channel is never a good sign. But then again,
honestly, it's never a good sign when Bethesda releases a Freudian slip. When Bethesda releases a game nowadays, that's already a bad sign.
It's not for us. It's for the modern audience.
For modern gaming audience.
Modern gaming audience.
Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out SmashJT.com for the full
Subscribe,
article breaking
like,
down
and do
Indiana
that
Jones
stuff.
and the Great Circle, coming from Bethesda, the somewhat newly purchased studio from...
And I have already talked about this. Indiana Jones is gonna sell worse than Veilguard, okay? Currently, Indiana Jones has roughly 10% of Veilguard's pre-orders in brick-and-mortar stores, aka retail locations. And, yeah, that's really bad, okay? If Veilguard is struggling to sell 1 million copies, then Indiana Jones is not going to probably sell at this rate even 300 copies. 300,000 copies.
Xbox Game Studios and Microsoft, and how this game seems to...
Well, to be fair, it's going to be day one on Game Pass, and Xbox and Bethesda are going to be like, oh my god, 1 billion sales! It's on Game Pass!
Be right in line with all the other DEI junk that's been coming out of Microsoft corporate over the past few years as well, and how this game in itself looks to be a massive disaster in the making. The upcoming Indiana Jones and the Great Circle game from Bethesda is already shaping up to be a massive disaster, even...
Yo, I found that strong female antagonist,
Indiana Jones and the Great
protagonist.
Circle game from Bethesda.
Look at that, and she has only one eye! Oh, boys, we hit the crippled lottery jackpot. We'll love to see it. Blizzard is currently like, damn, why didn't we think of an eye patch?
Is already shaping up to be a massive disaster.
Also, the clear evil Nazis are good-looking Aryan men. I mean, it does technically make kind of sense, but you know what I mean.
To be a massive disaster even before it officially launches. The latest blow to the game's reception comes from discovering that Xbox is now not allowing any critics to post reviews or share their thoughts about the game until it's available to the general public on December 5th, 2024.
Which has literally, what the fuck is wrong with her eyes? Which has, what the hell is wrong with her face? What is this arm proportion? Oh, I have not seen this. Oh my god, everything is so twisted and wrong here. By the way, I already talked about the arm proportions in the gameplay trailers that we have seen, because Indy's arms look like they're like these hamster Asmongold chicken wing things that are coming out of him, and that's really, really not good.
And doing this kind of embargo typically spells bad news for a launch, as most companies are excited to get the hype train started early, get people talking about it, making sure that they're like, oh, okay, the game already got these great roaring reviews from all these outlets, I can't wait to pre-order it and go buy it. Nope, apparently Microsoft's like, let's not let people tell people what they think about the game until after it launches. That way, maybe they'll just go to the store and be like, oh, Indiana Jones, I've heard of that brand. Sure, I'll buy it. How bad could it be? The Red Dragon on Twitter said, Xbox won't allow critics to post reviews or thoughts of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle until the game launches for the public in early access. Microsoft is not confident the game will be well received, and they post...
Did I see that tweet? Because I heard about this, that they are not allowing anyone to play or review the game, which is probably the most egregious red flag that you can do in modern game times. Didn't say gay even that time. Nice.
Posted a screenshot of the embargo information saying, here's when to expect reviews for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. For those wondering exactly when the review embargo for Indiana...
Listen. IGN 8 out of 10. It is what it is. Oh no, actually it's Bethesda and they need the access to Elder Scrolls 6. IGN 9 out of 10. Masterpiece.
Jones and the Great Circle, we can confirm that reviews will go live starting December 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. This is the exact same time that the game will be available for early access, with the full launch happening on December 9th for both PC and Xbox. We aren't allowed to disclose anything else beyond that though. Like with any reviews we've done, you can expect our full thoughts on Embargo Day. Not exactly inspiring a ton of confidence coming from a massive property and a AAA studio and telling people, yeah, the reviews are going to be held until it's available for people to play in early access, because we don't want people to know about how bad it is. Grums on
True.
Twitter said, no preview reviews, even from trusted YouTubers? If so, that's not a good
We all know what he means when he says trusted YouTubers, by the way, don't we, boys?
sign for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which honestly, based off of the responses, encapsulates exactly what the entire community sentiment feels about all of this. Everyone is like, if they're not letting people review this early and find out what it is, it's obviously gonna be crap. When reviews drop simultaneously,
Is she pregnant? I hope she's pregnant. Then again, I hope she's not pregnant, because probably that baby is gonna be sin on the world.
crap. When reviews drop simultaneously with the early access program, it's always a major red flag. Microsoft and Bethesda aren't showing a ton of confidence here with this game's ability to garner any substantial positive feedback, and that tells me all I need to know about being excited for this title and how to hold
Male pattern baldness, my dude.
back any kind of anticipation. But it doesn't stop there. The patterns I keep seeing with this whole diversity movement, the equity and inclusion, trying to inject things that just, it feels unnatural. And that's the overall feeling.
Because it is unnatural. That's kind of the point. We as a species are adverse to things that don't feel natural. When you see a woman hit a man and he flies 20 feet away from you, your brain is instantaneously at the backside. Let's just call it the lizard brain for funsies this time. It instantaneously just... Oh, I can't use lizard brain. That's so stupid. It's your subconscious. The subconscious always... the subconscious is something that notices things that are not right. And that's one of these things. Your subconscious is gonna notice the fact that this woman is literally beating up 5 dudes in a row and she's small and frail. Something's not right there. It's gonna tell you that. There is no way to ignore it. Which makes, honestly, these insane woke people even more insane, considering they are forcing themselves to ignore these things.
That I get with stuff like this. Even when it comes to Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, they tell you from Bethesda themselves that this is an adventure for Indiana Jones himself, and you get to play as him.
In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes.
Holy shit. How much fentanyl did this guy do? What the... Man, he's probably 20% of Mexico's GDP.
It's an experience, a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones.
Bro's seeing sounds.
But they couldn't help themselves by force including you to have to play as Gina, a female protagonist
Told
that plays
you.
alongside.
I told you. I said this. I told you. It's very blatantly obvious. It's very blatantly right there, written on the wall. There you go.
Indiana Jones, because you can't just have a male protagonist in 2024. No, you need to make sure for full representation that you got a girl boss.
Oh hell, that's already more representation than I want. This is... JD, listen, are you making a fucking horror video or what here? Because this is nightmare fuel, okay? I want to sleep tonight. Not worry about being, my soul being taken to the 20th layer of hell.
In your game.
Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Because she's invested, capable, smart, and knows what she's doing. Unlike Indy, the crusty old white male, 10 out of 10.
Is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
And this is exactly the type of stuff that we're all pointing out, and somehow that makes us the bad guy. Adding to this perception,
I like being the bad guy, because if this is being the good guy, I mean, I'm not saying bullets solve all problems, but they would solve my existential crisis.
Of trouble is how Bethesda has made the decision to disable dislikes on the trailer for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. This approach never inspires any confidence in gamers. If these companies can't handle feedback from a trailer, it tells me they don't care about your opinion. As a customer, having an opinion is your right, and them taking...
Well, they care about your opinion, but it must be the right opinion, and that is that this is brave and whatnot.
That away is a massive turnoff. They are taking the control away from you, the customer, buying power, the people spending their money on these games. They don't want to give you a voice, and if that's the case, I don't want to give them any money. Then we have friend of the channel, Endymion, on Twitter weighing in about the dire state of the game's performance before launch with pre-orders, stating, game has less than 200 pre-orders from what I'm told from one major retailer in America. Physical, obviously. I know it's on...
How high do you think Todd Howard's chair is set up to be so he doesn't look short here?
Game Pass, but still, 200 overall is abysmal.
Also, when you think about this, and you look at this, and you're thinking to yourself, like, wait, shouldn't this be roughly at my dick level? And then you look at Todd Howard, and he's like, oh, it's almost like he's standing at a bar. Yeah. Many problems have arisen in the gaming industry just because Todd Howard is a manlet.
No matter how you slice it. And yeah, it's on Game Pass. I get it. That's what Microsoft wants people to go to get away from physical copies of games. But holy...
Look at that. Oh, man, dude. Okay, I need a name, boys. I need to know this woman's name because I need to do research, okay? Marketing never fails.
But holy crap. 200 physical purchases of this game in pre-orders is so beyond ridiculously low that I never thought I'd even see the day in my lifetime that a AAA studio with a AAA property of Indiana Jones can't pass even 2,000 pre-orders nationwide. Never mind 200.
True.
Yikes! So putting all this information together, the lack of pre-orders, the embargoed reviews, and the deliberate silence of any kind of feedback on the trailer all paint a very grim picture for this game's future. The game that reportedly will have over 130 gigs worth of install space to account for. And I got people looking at their consoles like, yeah, I don't know if it's even worth...
Are you kidding me?
...deleting other games to put this game on it, based off of what they're doing leading up to the launch. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle should have been a flagship.
Yeah, this is the first thing that they showed you in the trailers, and this is literally everything from the movie, obviously. But the problem is they do it so poorly that when Indy headbutts him, you can tell that he's nowhere even near, okay? Indy can swivel his head as much as he wants. He's still like an Africa's mile away from this guy.
Title from Microsoft and Xbox out of Bethesda, especially with a name as legendary as Indiana Jones attached to it. But no, it's already being written off by many players as yet another casualty of Gamergate's war, with misguided attempts to pander to audiences that don't exist. And I don't know how many times I have to teach you this lesson, old man, but stop making games for people that don't play games. Stop making games for people that are demanding things in games that don't purchase the game at the end of the day. Make the games for the gamers, the people spending their money on them. But then again, it's...
Hell yeah! Listen. Boys, I'm not saying I'm a marketing genius, but you just take her, and suddenly everyone is looking at your game a little bit better. Okay? You just take her, and suddenly everything is better than... you know, Mr. fucking Bald Man here, okay? A little bit better than, I can't, where is everyone's favorite, okay? Mr. Fentanyl overuser right here. Where's our purple-haired guy? I can't find him. But you get the point. Oh, here he is. There he is. Show me, okay? I'm not an expert, but man, from 4 things that I just mentioned, I have a strong suspicion, a strong feeling, if you will, that only one of these people should be on camera. And everyone else should be buried, honestly, at this point, okay? They should be fired with prejudice, and there we go. Okay, this is fine. This is what sells games. Especially if you're going to show the developers, which is totally unnecessary, by the way. You're selling a game, not how amazing your developers are. You know, no one cares how stunning and brave they are.
But then again, it's Xbox, it's Microsoft.
Yeah, that's Xbox. Okay, is this boys? Is this our thumbnail? I think it is. I think it is. Anyway, that was Smash JT, 10 out of 10. Have a nice day. Bye bye.